Hogwarts Legacy just confirmed new gameplay details, including a few that we never expected. In today's video, I'll break down my top 10 reveals from the most recent gameplay showcase, which showed off the open world, a more detailed look at combat, and a preview of the Room of Requirement. Let's start off with the brand new details on Broom Flight. Brooms will provide a quick way to get around the open world outside of Hogwarts. As we ride, there will be 2 meters on the right side of the screen, the green being health and the yellow being a boost meter. According to game director Alan 2, the higher you fly the broom, the quicker this boost meter will deplete. Of course, because of the time period, we can't expect to ride anything as nimble and quick as Harry's Firebolt, for example. In fact, they've actually incorporated this into the story, as we'll be helping out a shopkeeper in Hogsmeade who's trying to improve the brooms they sell. As we make upgrades, our broom will become faster and capable of boosting even when we're higher in the air. We can also apply different cosmetic changes to the broom through the same shop. It's also important to note that the cosmetics are purely that, visual. The other upgrades will be handled separately. In addition to brooms, we got a more detailed look at how traversal on a hippogriff or thestral works as well. The animal mounts will not have a boost meter like the broom, but can fly higher right from the start without any penalty. They also have the advantage of quick ground transportation in addition to taking off for a quick flight around the castle. Now, it doesn't appear we'll be able to cast spells while flying the animal mounts or the broom. However, they may still play a role in battle thanks to a recent clip from the CCXP, which showed a Graphorn trampling over some goblins. This showcase gave us an even better look at the animations when we summon these creatures from our seemingly infinitely extendable bag that would make Newt Scamander proud. The animations have to be my favorite part about all this. Rather than just having these creatures fly beside us with a whistle or some sort of spell, we get this incredibly slick animation that is just perfect for this. Yet another small way we're seeing Avalanche go above and beyond to make this feel like an authentic Wizarding World experience. When it comes to going above and beyond though, the Room of Requirement and specifically the customization options have left many of us downright stunned at all the options we have here.
This is beautiful. We never expected that to be. Oh my God.
Gotta agree with my buddy Ben on that one. Definitely one of those things we were not expecting at all. Then you also have this wonderful conjuring effect, which looks like it came right out of the movies. Now, the dev team actually refers to these as conjurations, and they also confirmed we'll be able to purchase additional recipes for new furniture from a shop called Tomes and Scrolls, which is located in Hogsmeade. Additionally, we'll unlock new objects by engaging in different types of gameplay throughout the world. Not only can you conjure these items, you can also scale them larger or smaller and even change the color. The Room of Requirement is also the area where we'll grow plants and brew potions using these large scientific tables, which, you guessed it, can also be customized. One of the key items located in the Room of Requirement is this enchanted loom, which is used to upgrade gear. And this brings us to yet another big reveal from the showcase, and that's the fact that we'll have 3 different gear types: Legendary, which is orange, Extraordinary, which is purple, and Superb, which is blue. Gear will automatically include one primary offense or defense stat, but players can use the loom and magical materials found throughout the world to add and upgrade a secondary stat or apply traits to the gear. Beasts can be rescued at beast dens, whereas new trait recipes can be collected in bandit camps. If you're worried all these traits and gear will mess with your ability to dress your witch or wizard in style, Alan assures players you can look like anything you want whenever you want to. You'll be able to transmog gear so your preferred traits and upgrades can apply to any of your physical appearances. Now, before using the loom though, you'll actually need to conjure another item known as the Identification Station. This item is used to identify new gear and reveal its abilities. So after that look at the Room of Requirement, we were then treated to a new look inside one of the game's vivariums, which is our area to care for magical beasts we've rescued from poachers. And if you thought we had a lot of customization in the Room of Requirement, things open up even further here. Systems designer Mackenzie Toner referred to the conjuration items here as ornaments. Many of them are purely cosmetic, but really help to create a unique feel for the space that each player will be able to make their own. We got a brief look at the potential here with items like stone archways, ornate benches, and even feeders to speed up the process of feeding the magical beasts to keep them healthy and well fed. Oh, and there's also a toy box so you can play fetch with the magical creatures. Now, one detail that was quickly skipped over in the presentation, but one that fans absolutely caught right away, is the brief glimpse of a menu here that reveals a breeding pen as one of the options. This will enable enable players to conjure a pin that can be used to breed 2 beasts and produce offspring. Note that the beasts we see throughout this area all have an icon indicating whether they are male or female. Yet another gameplay mechanic here I don't think any of us were expecting, and it will be fascinating to see just how deep this mechanic goes. How many different creatures can we breed in here? Community manager Chandler Wood even went as far to say that what we saw in the showcase was only the tip of the iceberg for everything you can do here. So while I know many weren't too happy about the decisions to exclude Quidditch and mini games like Wizard's Chess, for me at least, it's nice to see other mechanics here like caring for magical creatures and customizing our space in the Room of Requirement. As for some of the core gameplay mechanics, Alan mentioned there are some items that are tied to the game's day-night cycle, and while he didn't explicitly confirm it, I also think this means it's likely we're getting season-specific and day-night specific quests as well. In the first part of the showcase, there were numerous icons popping up around the world as the player flew over the hamlet surrounding the castle. Missions that happen at specific times of day certainly aren't unique to Hogwarts Legacy, and they've been done in games before. That being said, I'm so glad to see them here because they always make the world feel just a little bit more alive and a little bit more believable. As for the seasons, we also got to look at what the world outside Hogwarts looks like in the snow, and Alan even confirmed what's been a big request from fans for quite some time.
So there are moments like when it reaches certain holidays or things like that where Hogsmeade reacts to holidays and the school reacts to holidays, and you see the decorations around those environments change. That really helped just kind of make me feel like I'm there.
One of the game's biggest mysteries continues to be the ancient magic and our character's connection to it. As far as the story goes, we still don't know much. However, we did learn more in the showcase about how this can be used in battle. As you chain combo attacks against enemies and collect the blue magical aura left behind after some fights, you'll power up your ancient magic meter. Once it reaches the halfway point, you'll be able to trigger an incredibly powerful attack using L1 and R1. In the showcase, we see this manifest itself in 3 different attacks. One that has this sort of exploding effect, and we can kind of see some sparks here, almost like a combustion. And then another one that just, I don't even know how you describe this, just completely makes the enemy disappears, this sort of black smoky effect. And then one that turns the enemy into a chicken. According to Alan, the effect of this ancient magic spell is actually dependent upon the type of enemy we're fighting.
And the way that manifests itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting.
He also confirmed the dash ability we wondered about previously is an ancient magic ability as well. What he did not confirm is what happens if we let the meter fill all the way to the top. Is it possible that would unlock the devastating lightning spell we saw in a previous trailer? Or maybe we just get 2 of the ancient magic attacks that we've already talked about. They also confirmed 3 battle arenas in the game, with 2 of them being available to all players. The Dark Arts Battle Arena, which they showed off in great detail throughout the showcase, will only be included in the Deluxe and Collector's editions of the game, or as an add-on purchase for those who go with the Standard edition of the game. Alan mentioned these arenas will pre-equip players with certain spells, so in the case of the Dark Arts Battle Arena, it's all about the unforgivable curses. Now, to be clear, anyone can unlock these curses in the game, whether you have the Dark Arts pack or not, but Dark Arts Battle Arena will give you access to the specific spells within the arena even if you choose not to learn them in the main game. They also confirmed that you'll earn different cosmetics by completing the various battle arenas. Now, as for the 3 unforgivable spells, we also learned some key new details about them. First of which is the fact that they're actually slottable spells and not simply finisher spells that we had learned about before. Also, Avada Kedavra is true to the series and completely takes out enemies when cast. Does not matter, even a full-grown mountain troll gets taken down with 1 shot. Now, it does include a longer cooldown meter to account for its potency, but what about the other unforgivables? Well, if you're curious about those, I have a full breakdown of all 3 already posted here on the channel, so check out the video on the right side of your screen now if you want to learn just how devastating they can be in Hogwarts Legacy. As always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.